So today's almost $1 million listing, it's just under $900,000, is really interesting. It's in what used to be the nether regions of Capitol Hill. It's in the 500 block of 8th Street Northeast. So it's in the northeast section of Capitol Hill, the section that is not serviced by as many subway stops. Southeast has 3, Northeast only has 1. But Northeast is close to the now hot hipster neighborhood of H Street, where I'm not even sure you can buy a house for less than $600,000 anymore unless it's teeny or grody. What's interesting about this house, and I'll get to the outside of it to show you the outside, is it's the next to the corner unit, and it's really fairly clear, I think, that it used to be a commercial space. And that's why it's got this glass front, and it has a kind of unusual layout. So here we have a little kind of patio-ish, but internal patio landing that's kind of like a little mini living room. Then we have this second landing that's kind of like a second tier of living room, and then we have this third tier that's kind of the real living room. Clearly this was not previously all open to each other. We have this really generously sized half bath with an incredibly tall ceiling for a half bath, because basically it's under the stairs. And I think it's under the stairs of what used to be commercial space. A decent sized coat closet. There's another closet down there, I think. Anyway, and then there's this open dining room, which isn't huge, but it's not small either. And I'm not sure it needs to be huge, because you've got this big sweep of living room space, which you could clearly extend a table into if you needed to. And then there's this large open kitchen. And the house is semi-detached, at least on the back, so you get side windows. And there's a very small deck and a parking pad, which in DC is just worth gold. That adds like $50,000 or $60,000 onto the price of the house. Anyway, so this is this area that used to be an area that nobody really wanted to be in. New vinyl windows. But now it's beside the H Street happening area, while it's still on Capitol Hill by a few blocks. Anyway, there is an upstairs. I haven't turned on the lights up here, but it's kind of a sunny October day. It's a shutdown day. So there's this back little bedroom, which would be like the child's room or a guest room, or you could make a study or an office out of it. And then there's a middle bedroom. There's this nice enough redone bathroom. Here's this middle bedroom, which is not huge, but I'd take it. Looks out onto kind of your backyard and also the alley behind. These are over on a side street. I'm not quite sure what street it is, D or F or G. It's not H yet. Then there's a master bedroom in front. It's not a huge master bedroom. And I haven't looked yet, but I believe it has its own bath. Yep, it does. And it's a, nice bath, although it only has a shower. But it has lots of windows. Anyway, there's a basement as well, which we should go look at. There are plenty of closets. Oh, that's not a closet, it's the washer dryer. That makes sense. Anyway, let's look at the basement, and then I want you to see the front of the house, because the front of the house is interesting and makes it somewhat more obvious that it probably used to be a commercial space. I can tell you these stairs also feel funny. They feel like they have been jacked up and straightened up. I'm looking at the video. In the video they look very aligned, but in real life The stairs look like they're twisting in all different kinds of ways, almost like you had taken a rope and both actually twisted the rope, but also hadn't pulled it straight left to right and top to front. So then we have this basement. It looks to me like it's just a concrete pad that's been painted. Yep. Ceiling not high enough to be legally an apartment. Not that that means anything to see. And there's a washer dryer hookup down here, even though we saw a washer dryer upstairs. So you could relocate the laundry down here if you wanted. You could hire a very short person to be a nanny and put in carpet and a carpet pad. There is a door to the outside. There's this half-walled room that has looks like a sump pump. Anyway, I assume that the mechanical guts, are down here. All very new. This is a fluffed and buffed house. Anyway, it's somewhere in the middle to upper eights. I've forgotten the price exactly, and of course, by the time you see this, if it hasn't sold, the price will have dropped. And if it has sold, it might have risen. Let's go look at the front. Because the front is interesting. One reason it's really clear, if you didn't know already, that developers did this is because the landscaping in the front consists of plants that still have the tags on them identifying what they are. You can see how it's a commercial corner. Because next door is also a commercially looking structure that actually has kind of side parking pad. Anyway, here's the house. You can see how it looks like it probably was at one point a kind of extension of the commercially looking building beside it. That looks like it used to be a grocery store maybe, and I don't know what this was, a dentist office? I'm not sure. Place where you got your taxes done, but you can see the contrast between this and the houses next door. In a way, I think this is really cool. It's just that obviously you have no privacy in this very front room unless you put in some kind of odd drapery. And you have to deal with stairs if you come home, although not many. But obviously, it's a really great space. Redone nicely. I don't know how it compares to what you can get for $850,000 elsewhere. Well, I think my impression is it compares well. Anyway, that's a Northeast Capitol Hill, H Street adjacent, almost $1 million listing.